What you just witnessed was the devastation caused by the floods that have affected many areas of the country.
Now we will have a comprehensive report on the inclement weather, but before that, here's a look at the headlines for tonight.
More than 68,000 people across 14 districts affected by the inclement weather. President instructs cabinet to immediately provide relief to the affected people. Lightning and landslides killed 9 people. Donations continue to pour in for the Sirasa Shakti Sahanayatra. Malik Samaravikrama questioned in Parliament on the Sri Lanka-Singapore Free Trade Agreement. Mangala Samaravira accepts he met with the former president. Cabinet approves minimum bus fare of 12 rupees. Mother of 4 kept in kennel-like enclosure.
For a comprehensive report on the weather situation in the country, let's now cross over to Newsfirst Chaturanga Hapuarachi from the newsroom. Chaturanga.
Thank you, Azra. Before I take you and our general public through what happened in terms of the weather and how the people are affected, I want to focus your attention to one clip that we have, a short video clip of a lady who was rescued earlier today. People who are affected. This is just one example. We have many stories lined up for you. We can show you, but this is one example of a woman who was rescued from an affected area. Let's have a look.
හැමෝටම මේ ප්‍රදේශයේ යටුණෙන් පස්සේ කාටවත් කඩේකට යන්න විදියකුත් නැහැ, ආහාර පාන ගේන්න විදියකුත් නැහැ, කොහොමත් නැහැ, මොන අතකින්වත් සැපීමක් නැහැ. අඩි 7ක් ප්‍රමාණයට යට වුණා. බඩු සේරම නැති වුණා, මුකුත් ගන්නත් බැරි වුණා. අපේ මේ ළමයාගේ ඉස්කෝලේ මේ මුකුත් ගත්තේ නැහැ. සේරම යට වුණා. හිතුවේ ඒ තරම් වතුර බලාපොරොත්තු වුණෙත් නැහැ. නොහිතු විදියට.
That is just one example of the people who are affected in our country. Now, let me guide you through in terms of the weather as to what has happened in our country. Let me show you with the technology we have obtained through satellite imagery as to what is going to happen in the coming few days. Now, as of right now, we are experiencing heavy rainfall in the western and southern parts of the country. We are looking at data from around 8:30 p.m. And this is the situation here. You can see that there is a slight rainfall in this particular area. Now, if I move your attention to the 23rd, the Wednesday, there you can see that around the same time frame, around 8:30 p.m., this area around basically the southwestern part of our country will be experiencing a heavy rainfall. If I go further into the week, if I go to about the 25th, that is Friday, you can see that this particular area, once again, including the central parts of our country, is going to receive a heavy rainfall according to these satellite imagery and these predictions that have been obtained. So once again, a reminder to the general public, plan ahead and please be mindful of these weather advisories that are being sent out by the Met Department, Disaster Management Center and other such institutions, and keep all of this information with you and plan ahead for the coming week. Now, as we have been mentioning to you throughout the bulletin and on our visual montage that you saw just before the news, we have been able to join with the Sri Lanka Air Force to take to the skies and to see and ascertain the damage that this weather situation has caused. Let's have a look.
And Kirial areas are about 500 feet above in the air, witnessing the devastation that the entire south has caused in these areas for the past few days. Anyway, as we are moving towards Ratnapura, we can see the vicinity. The clouds in this area are flying really close to the ground. As the pilot of this helicopter says, these are signs that heavy shower will continue, are going to be continued in these areas for long.
The team which took to the skies from the Ratmalana airport first set course to Ratnapura. Our cameras captured the extent of the floods in the Ratnapura town, Kiriyalla, Kalawana and surrounding areas. Thereafter, the team set course to Horana, Kalutara to witness the damage caused by the floods.
Currently, News1st team is flying over Kalutara and Horana area as we witnessed in Ratnapura, Kalawana and Kiriyalla. Here in Kalutara too, most of the places, most of the areas are inundated, most of the roads are partially inundated and some roads are fully inundated. And most of the buildings are partially inundated. Rather than buildings and roads in these areas, this looks like a huge lake. And also, we can see several areas in the vicinity are inundated as most of the people are using boats and floating objects like barges for the transportation.
That report was filed by our colleague Malshani Attanayaka from the news desk. Moving on with more weather-related news, we see that the Puttlam district was the most affected area by the inclement weather, and many other areas also experienced flooding and landslide. These are the incidents that were reported surrounding the weather.
The Sri Lanka Navy launched an operation to rescue the people who were trapped in their homes in the Pothaville area in Madampe. The security forces made a valiant effort to rescue 28 differently abled children and their teachers who were trapped at the vocational training center since last afternoon. The Madampe Kulya Pitia main road was flooded in the Pothaville area, while the Chilao Kalama main road was inundated from the Madampe area. The Puttlam Mena road was inundated from the Eluankulama area after the Kala Oya broke its banks. The Randavi Bandi Aloe, which carries water to the Taboa reservoir, had broken away from two separate locations, resulting in around 80 paddylands being inundated. The water which overflowed was retained at the bund of the Devala Kandavava. Now the bund too is at risk being washed away. Locals in the area had taken measures to widen the spillway to prevent the bund from being washed away. A number of low-lying areas were inundated after the water level of the Kalani River increased. The Kalani Mulla and Kalani Pathiagudi areas were flooded today. As floodwaters reached the Paliaguda fish market, the people living in the area moved towards the Colombo-Katnaika Expressway this afternoon. Several houses in the Avisavila Nugevatta area were inundated after the Sitavaka River overflowed. The Molbaka area in Bulat Sinhala was flooded after the Kukuleganga overflowed.
Now, the Met Department says heavy falls of about 150 millimeters can be expected in the Sabaragamuwa, Western, Central, Northwestern provinces and in the Gaul and Matara districts in the next few hours. The department forecasts thunder showers for tomorrow and the day after. This afternoon, the Disaster Management Center convened a media briefing to comment about the present situation.
Water levels across most of the rivers are receding. However, at certain locations, the water levels are rising. The marking on the water gauge located in Nagalagaon Street for the Kalani River is increasing. The situation can be classified as a flood situation. The markings at the Millakanda and Anguruatote area of the Kalu River are increasing as well. The Kalu River has reached the flood status. The water levels of the Ging River are increasing in the Baddegam area. The river has reached a flood level. The Nilwala River has returned to normalcy. There is a flood situation in Akurasa. Water levels of the Attanagalla Oya are receding. However, the river is still in the flood status. There is a possibility this could pose a threat to the Gampaha town. There is also a risk of flooding if rains continue. The Department of Irrigation requests the general public to remain vigilant.
We are requesting the people to be responsive to the warnings issued by the National Building Research Organization. Prepare your disaster package with only the essential valuables and be prepared to evacuate when needed. Please be responsible to the message that we send out. It is important to be prepared to evacuate during an emergency.
Now, according to the information that we have received thus far, 9 people have been killed as a result of the adverse weather conditions. According to the latest reports, more than 68,000 people from 14 districts are affected. The number is 68,000. Disaster Management Center says that nearly 24,000 people are currently seeking shelter in 168 relief centers. 4 people have died as a result of lightning strikes since the 16th of this month. 2 people have lost their lives as a result of drowning, while another person has died after an earth embankment collapsed. 2 people have died after a tree fell on them. The people who are affected in Navalapitiya are currently sheltered in 6 camps in the area. 163 families are receiving shelter at 2 camps in Ramboda in Nuwara. 39 people belonging to 10 families are currently receiving shelter at the Molkava Junior School. Speaking on the situation, the Ratnapura District Secretary Malani Lokupotagama stated that 3,980 families from 10 divisions have been affected by the adverse weather conditions that is affecting them. 40 families are receiving shelter at the Bodhigama Muslim School in Ratnapura, while another 25 individuals belonging to 5 families are residing at the Batugedara Vidyalaya. Now, all of these people are our brothers and sisters who are affected. Now, at a time of trouble, at a time of weather-related incidents like this, we see that we as Sri Lankans come together very quickly to help each other, to help anyone we can. Now, with keeping that intention in our hearts and our minds, many generous Sri Lankans have been bringing in relief items since last night, since it was announced, the Sirasa Shakti Sahanayatra, as aid for the victims of the adverse weather conditions. Relief items for the Sahanayatra are being collected at 3 locations. One collection point has been set up at the head office of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited in Braybrook Place, Colombo 2.
නාගොඩිය හවුස් මේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් පටගත්තා රේඩියෝ එකෙන් අහගත්තා ඒ වගේම ටීවී එකෙත් පෙන්නනනේ ඉතින් ඔකට හැමදාම ලොකු සේවයක් මේ කරන්නේ මෙයාගේ රටේ හත්සි ආපදා තත්ත්වයක් ඇති වුණා
මම කියනවා මේ විපත් අවස්ථාවේදී අපි ජාති ભેදයක් නොසලකා හැමෝම Tamanට පුළුවන් ශක්ති පමණින් උදව්වක් කරන්න බිස්කට් පැකට් එකක් හරි අඩු ගන්න ඒ තරම් සුළු දෙයක් Tamanගේ හදවතින් එනේ අනුකම්පාව තමයි වටින්නේ
නෝනාගේ හද්දවසේ දානෙට හම්බෙච්ච බරු ටික මට මේ වෙනුවෙන් ඉහළට හිතුණා. ඒකයි මේ වෙලාවේ ඒ ලැබිච්ච බරු ටික මුදල් කරගන්න නැතුව මේ රාජකාරියට ගෙහන් දෙන්න මායි පුතුලුවත් පුතාලා දෙන්න එකට ආවිලා මේ ස්ථානෙට ගෙනාවේ. ඔබතුමාලා කරන මේ දේ සෑහෙන්න අගය කරනවා.
Large crowds also donated dry rations and relief items to the collection point based at the Stein Studio Complex in Ratmalana.
සිරසෙන් මේ ලෑස්ති කරපු මේ සහන යාත්‍රාවට අපිට දායක වෙන්න අවස්ථාව දුන්න එකට බොහොම ස්තුතියි. ඒ වගේම දැන් මේ වගේ ස්ථාන 3ක එකතු කරන එක තැන දැම්ම එක මේ ප්‍රදේශයේ වාසීන්ට ලොකු සහනයක් එක තැනකට කොළඹට ගෙනියනවට වැඩිය අපිට පහසුයි.
ඕනම ආපදා අවස්ථාවකදී මුලින්ම ඉදිරිපත් වෙලා ලොකු සේවයක් කරන සිරස.
Relief items are also being collected for the Sirasa Shakti Sahanayatra at the Depanama Studio Complex.
ලංකාවේ ලක්වැසි වල ජාති බේදකින් ආගමින් තොරව මේ අවස්ථාවේ විපතපත් වුණාට අපිට පුළුවන් උදව්වක් දෙන එක තමයි අපේ ලොකුම මේ කර්තව්‍යය මේ අවස්ථාවේ.
සිරස ගැන විශ්වාසය තබලා අපිට මෙතනටම ගෙනත් දුන්නා.
Melbourne Biscuit Manufactories Private Limited came forward to join hands with the Sirasa Shakti Sahanayatra in a bid to provide relief to the people who are in affected areas. They donated biscuits and food items to the Sahanayatra. The Managing Director of Melbourne Biscuit Manufactories Private Limited, Mrs. Kumudika Fernando, the Group CEO, Mr. Ravi Jayawardena and other officials handed over the goods this afternoon at the Melbourne head office located in Ratmalana. The channel head of News1st, Suranga Senanayaka, channel head of TV1, Rinas Mohammed and other officials were present at the event.
Especially our chairman, Mr. Ratnapal Samaravira, told us even in the morning that please, because our consumers and our retailers has got affected due to heavy rain during the past few days, so immediately to support. So joining with Sirsa because you all have that coverage, and especially in a situation like this, I think it's a really good combination. So it's just a fantastic initiative taken by Sirsa.
In addition to the main 3 collecting centres, Newsfirst took steps to collect donations at other locations as well. Our members have joined together and we will provide whatever we can in whatever possible way. We thank Sirasa and Shakti for this service. The items that are being collected for the Sirasa Shakti Sahanayatra are rice, dal, sugar, tea, noodles, canned fish, biscuits, water and sanitary items. Our hotline 011 4896 896 is open for further inquiries. Now that was the situation of the Sahana Yatra and the collection that was happening since it was announced last evening from this morning up until the evening. But now, to get the latest information as to what is happening with regard to the Sirasa Shakti Sahana Yatra, we cross over to our colleague Deshan Gonawala. Good evening, Deshan.
As you may know, the country has been ravaged by some adverse weather over the last few days, and we at the Capital Maharaja organization have been doing our bit in the form of Sirasa Shakti Sahana Yatra once again to aid those affected by the floods. As you can see, we have already had a large number of donations come in the form of dry rations, biscuits, and most importantly water, one of the essentials. How you can join in on this matter is by supporting us, by donating to us, joining the numbers that have already contributed. You can help us out by coming and donating your items at the Stein Studios in Ratmalana, our branch at Dipanama, and also our head office here on Dawson Street. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the people need you, and you can be the change.
Thank you, Deshan, for that update from the Sirasa Shakti Sahana Yatra program, the collection point here at Union Place, Colombo 2. Once again, a small reminder before we head back to the main studio that you can be a part of the Sahana Yatra by bringing in your donations to the 3 locations that was mentioned by our colleague Deshan Gonawala. Thank you very much for the opportunity. It's back to you guys at the main desk. Sandaru and Azra.
Thank you, Chaturanga, for bringing us the latest details of the weather situation of the country. Now, the joint opposition today requested for a parliamentary debate on the present disaster situation. Following the request being made, a heated exchange took place.
Today, 70 members of parliament are requesting for a debate because this is a moment of national emergency and as there is natural disasters.
Allow us to pass this. We will give an opportunity after 2.
We have given an opportunity to the JVP as they requested before. That is why I cannot accept it, and a majority agreed to that.
This chamber is far greater than the party leaders' meeting. 21 MPs are on their feet. We are requesting you to call for a vote on the standing order proposal. Get the approval of the chamber.
Following the discussion this morning, I said I cannot agree to this. You agreed too. You wanted to make a statement and then continue with the proceedings.
This chamber is far more superior than the party leaders' meeting. Honourable Speaker, once 20 members are on their feet, there is no need for the party leaders' decision to remain as it is.
Honourable Speaker, none of the UPFA party leaders were present for this morning's party leaders' meeting.
He was seated next to me. A majority agreed to debate this tomorrow. The leader of the House agreed to allocate more time to discuss diesel and petrol prices.
Honourable Speaker, when the debate was requested, you as the Speaker must allow for the debate. You have the responsibility to be on the side of these 20 MPs. I wonder who you are protecting.
I'm not protecting anyone. I have no reason to protect anyone. I discussed this with everyone.
Honourable Speaker, you gave a decision on this issue. They will then have to challenge that decision. They cannot call for another vote. Put forward a proposal and we shall discuss it later. Then we can appoint a committee.
Everyone, including the TNA, agree for the debate. There is no point in discussing FDI because foreign investments do not flow into the country. No one comes to this country. What we have put forward is something that directly affects the people. If we really want to discuss the floods, we can have it within this debate as an adjournment motion. We can discuss the flood issue and the fisheries issue we put forward.
The second session of the Udunura Pradeshya Sabha was held today. An argument broke out when the Pradeshya Sabha members of SLPP said they cannot accept the minutes of the previous meeting.
The United National Party hold a majority power at the Udunura Pradeshya Sabha. The first session of the Pradeshya Sabha was adjourned after an argument broke out between the members. This is how the SLPP members protested when the minutes of the previous session were tabled in the Pradesh Sabha. Though the members of the Pradesh Sabha acted in this manner during the sessions, they did not forget to have a cup of tea together afterwards.
The Minister of Development Strategies and International Trade was quizzed in Parliament today over the Sri Lanka-Singapore Free Trade Agreement.
Since you commented on the Sri Lanka-Singapore Free Trade Agreement, I wish to ask, have you obtained cabinet approval for this?
Yes, I have. I mentioned it before. After the approval of the Attorney General was given, it was produced in cabinet and approval was obtained.
Convening a media briefing today, Minister of Finance and Mass Media Mangala Samaravira responded to a statement made by former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ මහත්මයා ඊයේ සඳහන් කළ තිබුණා 2014 වර්ෂයේදී හිටපු ජනාධිපති මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මහතාගේ ආණ්ඩුව සමග ඔබතුමා එක් වෙන්න ඒ වගේම එතුමාට සහාය දක්වනවා නම් මුදල් අමාත්‍යාංශය සහ නීති සම්පාදන අමාත්‍යාංශය ඔබතුමාට දෙන්න ඕනි කියන කාරණාවත් මේ වන් කොඩිනස් මහත්මයා හරහා එතුමාට යෝජනාවක් අරගෙන ආවා කියලා.
Just like every other statement Gotabaya Rajapaksa makes, this too is completely false. But honestly, yes, somewhere around September or October in 2014, when we were preparing for a presidential election, the Rajapaksas indicated they want to meet me, but not about ministries. Even Gotabaya Rajapaksa said he wanted to meet me, but I rejected meeting Gotabaya Rajapaksa. I said I cannot visit other people, but if Mahinda Rajapaksa wants, he can come to my house. And likewise, he came to my house and met me. So he was the one who came and met me. I did not go meet anyone anywhere.
ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ කියලා තියෙනවා එතුමාගේ දක්ෂතාවය දන්න නිසා ඔබතුමා එතුමාට බයයි කියලා. ඒක ඇත්තද කාම?
අම්මෝ. ඒක හරියටම හරි.
Of course I am. That is absolutely true. Just a minute ago I said whatever he says are all lies, but this is absolutely true. I am terrified of him. It's not just me, but many people in this country are. I am afraid because I am very much aware of what he is capable of. Aiding and abetting to prepare a diplomatic passport in an irregular manner. And for whom was this? One was for Karuna Amman. The abduction and inhuman assault on the editor of the Nation newspaper Keith Noyer in the Dehiwala police area by intelligence officers of the army. No one in the intelligence unit had a row with Keith Noyer. They simply followed orders which came from the hierarchy. Assassinating the editor of the Sunday Leader newspaper Lasantha Vikramatunga with a sharp weapon. So dear Lord, don't you get terrified when you hear such things? This is Gotabaya Rajapaksa. So instead of giving answers to these matters, he is slinging mud at us while hiding from court. He has obtained 2 court orders now stating he cannot be arrested. If he is innocent as he says, just go and face the court.
President Maithripala Sirisena has instructed all cabinet ministers to commit themselves to provide relief to all those who have been affected by the inclement weather. The Cabinet of Ministers convened this morning at the Presidential Secretariat.
All the cabinet ministers were instructed to provide relief to the affected people and assist them. He has taken the leadership to make the respective allocations and provide assistance. The Prime Minister also reached the decision to provide relief to all the people who have been affected.
Cabinet approval has been granted to raise bus fares by 12.5%. The revision on bus fares will come into effect from midnight tonight.
The government took a decision to amend the bus fares after bus associations threatened to go on strike following the increase in fuel prices. The government initially increased the bus fares by 6.5%. However, as bus associations opposed this move, the government agreed to revise the fares by 12.5%. Cabinet approved the proposal during today's cabinet meeting. As a result, the minimum bus fee rises from Rs 10 to Rs 12. Further, the maximum price of Rs 842 has risen to Rs 947. The bus fare increase has been permitted along with the agreement that there will be no change to the fares for the next 2 years. A meeting about the bus fares was held earlier today between representatives of the bus associations and transport authorities at the Ministry of Transport.
There were several rounds of discussions between us and the government. The government listened to our requests and we too listened to what the government requested from us. We have decided to take a step back and agreed for a revision of 12.5% in bus fares. We believe in the near future we will be able to provide a more qualitative service to the passengers.
We hope to increase the bus fares by 10%. They did not agree to that. We agreed to a 12.5% increase. This was approved by Cabinet, and based on the decision, the bus fares will not be revised for the next 2 years. This will come into effect from midnight tonight.
Today, the Sri Lanka police intervened to rescue a mother who was badly treated and kept inside a makeshift wooden shack.
මම කැමති නෑ කියන්න බොරු කියන්න අපි කැමති නෑ අපි මඩ දාන තමයි ලෑස්ති කරේ ඔක්කොම අපි ඔක්කොම දරුවෝ ටික එකතු වුණා ඒ එක්කෙනෙක් විරුද්ධ වුණාම අපිට ගෙන්නන්න බෑ ආච්චි ඉතින් 12 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා උතන 12 දෙනා දාලා තියෙනවා ආච්චිව මේ එළියට කන්න බොන්නත් නෑ හරියට ආච්චිට නාවන්නේ අර අම්මා මොකද අර මඩුවක ඉන්නේ වයසයිනේ සර් වයසක ඉඳලා මම මේ වයසට ගිහින් උගා රෝගාට තමයි ඉන්නේ මාතා දෙකෙන් තමයි කොළන්ගේ දැනගන්න ඕනේ මේ කාලයක් තිස්සේ දැන් අවුරුදු උමාරි 3-4 තිස්සේ මම දැනුවත්
අනේ ඔය ටිකේ අර කොනේ හරි අම්මව තියාගන්න පුළුවන් නේද? බයිසිකලේ වටින්නම අම්මගේ ජීවිතේට කියනකො වටේ ඒ දාලා දැන් බයිසිකලේ ඇතුළේ දානකද සාධාරණ මේ අම්මව ඇතුළේ කියන්නේ. ඉන්නේ දැන් මේ අදියේ නෙමෙයි මහත්තයෝ දැන් අවුරුදු 4ක් බංකෝ කියන්නේ එකම දෙයියු අදාන්නේ. අපේ දරුවා එහෙමවත් කරන්න ළමෙක් නෙවෙයි මට ඉන්නේ. අන්න ලොකුයි.
දැන් මේ අම්මා වෙනුවෙන්මයි මේ බලුකුඩු වගේ එක හැදුවේ නේ.
ඔව්. ඉතින් දවල්ට මට කඩේකට යන්න බෑ මහත්තයා.
ඉතින් අම්මා මෙහෙම එළියේ ඉන්නකොට ආරක්ෂාවක්වත් නැහනේ. දරුවෝ 3 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා.
පවට ඉන්නේ ළමයි. මඩමින් හොඳට කන්න දෙන්න. ඔව් මඩමින් කැරි.
අපි ඉස්සරහට
That's all for tonight. I'm Sandur Ferdinando.
And I'm Mazra Hassan. Take care and good night.